Okay, here we go. The Ben and Mikey Show.
He's about to get crazy and wild. Stay for a while. Don't touch your radio dial.
Ben and Mikey Show.
Kicking it back, sports talk. Listen to that and stay tuned for some giggles and laughs. Go.
Last spring break, we went to Mount Rushmore. That's the most applause Mount Rushmore's ever gotten. And you know what? It's beautiful. And the Black Hills of South Dakota are, they're sacred to the Lakota Indians. And out of respect, our government carved 4 white guys in one of the mountains.
Welcome to the Planet Mikey Show.
That's funny. That's topical. That's entertaining. It's amusing.
That's Jim Gaffigan.
That's Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah.
Is what I was going to say. And welcome to our first annual Mount Rushmore podcast. We've never done this before. I know radio stations have done it, but they're all assholes. We're better than them. So we're more thoughtful. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, our sponsors. My Grandma's Coffee Cake, the greatest coffee cake in the history of the world. At 1-800-8-GRANDMA.
Yeah.
The number 8. And they're at mygrandma.com. You get a cake, send it to somebody for Christmas. They'll be the happiest girl in the whole USA.
Best coffee cakes in the world.
There's a song, by the way. You're looking at me funny. Happiest Girl in the Whole USA is a song by Donna Fargo.
That sounds terrible.
And we'll play it some. Maybe we'll have Joe and Jerry do it for us.
I interviewed that woman one time.
Did you?
A long time ago. Ohio State Fair, yeah.
Yeah, far is far, but how far does far go? All the way. We also, of course, have the impeccable professionals at Pro Automotive.
If you've got trouble with your car, truck, or SUV, Pro Automotive is who to see. Pro Automotive.
And they are in Dudley. They have one place in Dudley and 2 in Webster, and they're the very best. They took care of my son Andrew's car. They're just good. They get everything right. They do it at a reasonable cost. They let you know what's going on. They're dependable. When you find someone who can fix your car and they're dependable and honest, use them.
And how about that loaner they give you?
Yeah. Well, they got nice loaners. I get excited. I get a loaner boner when I have a loaner.
Home of the loaner boner.
Okay, so we have 3 smart fellas today. That's the 3 of us. Bill Smith, whose favorite expression is, "We're rich."
That's right. That's correct.
By the way, that's something he's never said while he gets his Planet Mikey paycheck. Never said that.
No, I did say that last time.
Ben Kitchen, whose favorite expression is, "Fuck it."
Yep.
Something he's never said after getting My Grandma's Cake. Although he did.
I don't say it.
He tried to, though. He made the moves on that cake. And me, Mike Adams.
Let's just say
some people call me Mikey. What's that?
We both got lucky.
My favorite expression is, and this is true, it's been this way my whole life. My favorite expression is, "So what?"
So what?
Yeah, because, every time I get fired from a job or, something goes wrong or I get a divorce or anything, anything that can happen bad to you in your life, a hangnail, I say, "So what?" And if you look on my Twitter page or X page, it says "centrist libertarian." So what? In quotes. And you know what? That's the way I feel about life.
That's impressive.
And if you have that feeling about life, then the bad things roll off your back, Joe, like water off a duck. That's another expression I like. We have a lot of news stories which have evoked a lot of emotional reactions. And by the way, Bill Lee's going to join us for the Mount Rushmore portion of the broadcast.
Oh, great. Okay.
Because his takes are always a little different. Mm-hmm. But Daniel Penny, I don't understand how anybody is saying anything but, let him go. He's a hero. He did the right thing. He's not an asshole with a police record. He's not a criminal. He's not a violent person. He jumped into action when he was supposed to, which is what you would want someone of his capabilities to do if you're getting scared. Someone's on a plane saying, "I'm going to kill you. I don't care if I go to jail for life. I'll kill you." Well, Daniel, your turn. Step right up, buddy.
Oh, and they never mentioned that there was a black man that helped him hold the guy down.
You notice he looks a little like Ben facially, Daniel Penny. He doesn't. You don't have the red hair.
No, or the curliness of it.
Ben's more like a Daniel 50-cent piece.
If you put a red,
then fuck you too.
If you put a red little wiglet on him, he'd look a little like him though, because
Like he's got the
macho, prominent proboscis. Fuck with me. That's the look on your face.
Thanks, Mike.
No, that's the look on your face.
You're nice to me, and the other one's a dick.
But then and Jordan Neely, okay, he's troubled, but guess what? He was dangerous.
He was
He had
dangerous.
multiple arrests. He didn't do something with a 7-year-old girl or something, trying to kidnap her.
Yeah, kidnapped a 7-year-old girl.
I
Gee,
mean-
what for? What do you suppose you did that for?
And now all the BLM people are coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, it's going on again. They're still doing it." No. Listen carefully to the details of this, and then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
God, it's so tiring. This guy's, maybe we should get some vigilantes. Oh, vey. Anyway.
What else you got there, Mike?
Other topics? I don't know. Syria is serious. Serious.
We can thank John Brennan for that.
This is, can I ask you, what in the fuck is going on in the Middle East for 2,000 years? I mean, can I get to the bottom of this? You got the Syria, Iran, Iraq, you got Lebanon, you got Yemen, all these nice countries, Afghanistan. They're all friendly. They're all places you'd want to go right away. Why? Because they don't just hate us and Israel. They hate each other.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing pissing match between everybody there who's just filled with hate. Well, you don't. Well, if you're not a Houthi, then you're not going to like Hezbollah. I don't even know. I can't keep track of all the different groups that they have.
Yeah,
The Kurds, they're just. It's the land of hate, and I don't understand why they can't get their shit together over there.
I think it's meant to be that way.
I mean, they all bow down and worship Allah, and they all, wear the similar kinds of clothes and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of them speak the same
They
language.
tell us it's the religion of peace.
Well, get your shit together then. Start with the peace stuff. You know what they should have? A Woodstock. If they had a big, giant Middle East Woodstock, provided you could keep Hamas out of there.
Oh, yeah. And then, that's right.
Because they don't like music festivals. They should have a big thing where everybody gets high and they watch bands or watch movies of old bands from Woodstock.
Be nice if they all sat at a very big table and they all ate each other's food.
Not each other.
Have the women come out to make all food, and then all the guys would sit there, all the angry bastard guys.
They hate Israel so much. That's the only country over there that anybody would ever want to live in.
Yeah.
If you ask me, that's my opinion. How about you?
Is that the only country you'd want to live in over there?
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure someone actually asked.
I know, yeah, and I think that's probably right. But it's been going on since Carter. I mean, we had the hostage crisis of Iran, 1979, and then Reagan came in and said, okay, and they said, well, we better let these guys out. Reagan's in there now. They had the Libyan embassy thing with Hillary, right?
Yeah.
ISIS, Hezbollah, the Houthis, the Kurds. It's just an ongoing fuck show.
What are you trying to say, Mike?
Nothing. So how you guys doing? Good. So how you doing?
So what?
Well, should we?
Fuck it.
You know what? Can we get Bill Lee on the phone?
I'll call him
I'm
right
going
now.
to get a Snapple.
I'll call him.
Okay. Do you want me to just talk?
Yeah,
so
just
that
talk.
The audience.
I'll be back in 14 seconds with a Snapple while we get Bill Lee on the phone.
All right, Mikey's walking away right now, walking like he's got a poop in his pants.
He might have one.
I wonder. He said he had to rush over here from Worcester and had to make it on time. I wonder if he shit himself on the way. Do you think that's what happened, Bill?
I think he does that frequently.
Snapple for
oh,
you.
Oh, he's back.
Snapple for me.
Oh, this is Bill.
Hey.
It's Bill Lee.
You home?
Hey.
Yeah.
Mikey just ran off and got a Snapple
Hey,
for
sir.
everybody.
Now, what can I do for you on the day of my daughter's wedding, Don Corleone?
How are you?
I'm good. It's tough outside. It's above freezing. The road's slick as cat shit on linoleum.
And how would you know that? You don't have a cat?
I used to. They all got et.
The one thing I can't stand is that commercial for, I don't know if you've seen it, for the Smalls cat food where the guy Tolga brings out his cat, Oscar, and he says, my cat loves this food. And then he's up close kissing the cat on the face and he goes, and even his breath is better. And of course, and then the last shot you see is the cat in the box. He goes, and of course he loves the box. Now, who doesn't love a box?
Oh, I haven't seen TV in so long. I don't even know what a commercial is.
Oh, you're always still doing the road warrior traveling thing, Spaceman?
Yeah, I was just up in Canada with Knuckles and all the freaks on the planet Earth, at least the ones that like Comic-Con and want to dress up with hatchets in their head and chainsaws. They had this one angel that had the big wings and everything, and I went up to her and I asked her if she smelled like cookies.
And what was the reaction to that?
No, she didn't know. It's the movie Michael, John Travolta. He plays this angel, fallen angel that all the women love because he smells like cookies.
I can't think of a better reason to love somebody. Spaceman, meanwhile, you are coming up on, at the end of the month, the 28th of December, right?
Oh, I know. We survived Pearl Harbor the day I got traded to Montreal. Then I ended up getting a job in Montreal. And they're the last town that keeps paying me. I don't get any money out of Boston anymore, but the Canucks love me.
Well, I think money's overrated, especially with inflation and so forth.
Yeah, well, it sure beats not eating. But I'll tell you, what is it, December 28th?
Your
yeah.
78th birthday.
It's Spanish. It's a holiday. It's El Día de los Inocentes, the Day of the Innocents.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, it's a true holiday out there, so maybe I'll go to Mexico and show them I'm not that innocent anymore.
They probably know that already coming in. Now, so it'll be in advance a happy birthday wish to you from all of your fans that listen to this podcast. And you're going to be 78 years old. That's unbelievable.
I know. I'll tell you, I was dizzy going down the stairs. I got to get a ranch house. This going up and down the stairs has got Raditz written all over it.
Yeah, right. I know. Oh my God, I know that. And you'd probably land a lot lighter than Dick Raditz at 380 pounds.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
No.
You want it to be over quick like him. I know. You don't want to linger on the third step.
That's true. We still miss him. It's been so long. It was 2005 the monster passed away. Well, what we're doing today, and I think your takes on this will be interesting because most of your takes are interesting anyway. But we're doing a Mount Rushmore themed show. In that, when you have to name 4 people and who you consider to be eligible or worthy of being on. The first category is Boston sports Mount Rushmore, and you pick one from every sport. And I think you're probably going to concur with some of mine, and we're all going to give you our. Who do you like? On the Mount.
They have to be gone? They have to be passed?
No, they don't have to be. They could be alive.
Oh, they don't have to be. Oh, okay.
So for hockey, and I have a picture of you, me, and the guy that I picked for the hockey Mount Rushmore at Jamie Parker's.
Sergei Samsonov.
Yes. Who's the guy? Ulf Samuelson.
Yes.
I picked Bobby Orr. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
As the hockey,
definitely. He could go up and down the ice, carry the puck. No one could catch him. He was a phenomenon. He changed the whole game.
Good guy.
He was the Gretzky of the Bruins.
You guys concur? You guys?
Yeah, it's not
okay.
even close.
Yes. It has to be. Now, the thing about Bobby Orr was he was a nice guy. Just a quick story. When I first met Bobby Orr for the first time, my son was playing hockey in the Enfield Twin Rinks, and Bobby was there signing posters for people. And so my son got up in the line and I'm standing right next to him smiling. I hadn't met Bobby before. I'm just really excited to meet the guy. And he's signing for my son, and he looks up at me, he looks at my face, and he goes, "Does your dad want one too?" Oh. I looked at him, now, in the baseball category, this is where, of course, your field of expertise. The Mount Rushmore representation for baseball in the Boston Mount Rushmore. Who do you got, Bill?
Babe Ruth.
Babe. Oh, really?
And or number 32 Ortiz, who was Babe Ruth. They're both. You should have black granite Ortiz and white granite Ruth. Or actually light brown granite Ruth, because he had a little bit of I guarantee you, he had a lot of different races in him too.
Yeah, yes, he was a mixed
No
puppy.
one did what Ruth did. No one pitched. He had 93 wins as a pitcher
Before he became the greatest hitter of all time.
before he became the greatest hitter of it. And they said every time he had sex, he had a cigar. He smoked 8 cigars one day.
Oh, but not while he was having sex, though.
No.
No, that's not Bill. That's Bill Clinton.
Post coitus.
Well, I got Ted Williams, and here's why. First of all, and I love Babe Ruth. I love the story of Lee Montville's book about him is great, but he became a Yankee so quickly after that, and really kind of that's where his legend was.
Wasn't his fault.
No, but you put him on the Boston sports Mount Rushmore instead of Ted.
I know it's the Yankees never won the pennant or the World Series until they got 84 wins from ex-Red Sox pitchers.
Right.
You can look it up.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
That's right.
Yes. I like Ted, though, too, because he wanted to be known as the greatest hitter that ever lived, and he hit on all 3 of my wives.
Right. The great hitter. Well, that's the quote that I have from him. I have 2 quotes from Ted. One of them was, "God gets you to the plate, but once you're there, you're on your own," which is that's a pretty good quote. And the other one he said was, a man has to have goals for a day, for a lifetime, and that was mine, to have people say, "There goes Ted Williams, the greatest hitter who ever lived." Do you agree with that?
Yes. Yeah, well, he was remarkable. He had a split season. He lost over 6 years to military service. He was the wingman for John Glenn. He was on fire, crash landed, lived through it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was a phenomenon.
Well,
he was a great fisherman and everything else.
Yeah, he hit 400.
And he did it all. And, I tell you, he was the greatest. He said he was, and he backed it up.
Right. Well, that's key to the whole bragging thing. Would you guys agree with Ted Williams?
No, I would go with Ortiz.
You would?
Yeah.
Well, how old are you? 11?
Oh, I'm 39. I would go with David Ortiz. Listen,
I love David Ortiz.
Yeah.
3 World Series
I know.
championships.
I get it.
And
I agree.
tremendous
He's right up
moments
there.
in the playoffs.
Yes.
He hit the most single season.
So you
home
agree
runs.
with Bill?
I agree with Bill.
Okay. How about you, Bill?
Yeah, I do. You got granite. You just got a little darker color granite, and you got a little lighter color granite, but you don't have any white granite from Vermont or New Hampshire.
No, I love Ortiz too. I just Ted Williams, his legendary status that lives. Now, moving on quickly to another sport. I think it's going to be unanimous on this one. Okay, the Patriots representation.
Gino Capoletti. Oh, sorry.
How do you not say Tom Brady?
Capoletti? No, not quite.
How can you not say Tom Brady? And because everybody says he's the GOAT. And by the way, I have sound effects for the GOAT. Whenever I say GOAT. Okay.
No. Brady was the best quarterback sneaker I ever saw. He got more rushing touchdowns, I think, than any quarterback. Just on the quarterback sneak. The guy is a scorer. He's a clutch third down passer.
Yeah.
He had eyes in the back of his head. Guy was remarkable.
I bailed some quotes off the internet from each of these people. I forgot to mention Bobby Orr's quote. The Bobby Orr quote was this: "Forget about style, worry about results." Huh? That's good. The Tom Brady quote that I have for you.
Let's go.
He's a GOAT. Okay, now, here's the Tom Brady quote. And I got this quote myself in Smithfield, Rhode Island, after the Patriots won their first Super Bowl. And Tom Brady was a young man, unmarried guy. And he's standing there waiting for the press to gather. And I just walked up to him and I said, "So how was your summer?" He just won the Super Bowl. I go, "Tom, how was your summer?" He says, "Well, I got invited to a lot more proms this year." And
he was. I bet he was shy. Him and Barry Bonds went to the same high school in San Francisco.
Don't you hate Barry Bonds though? What a cheater!
I know. Well, he's. I liked his dad, and my grandmother Hazel sat and in Bobby Bonds' lap at a golf tournament. What a picture that was.
Your grandma. Wait a minute. Your grandmother sat in Bobby Bonds' lap.
My grandmother sat in Bobby. He jumped in his lap. She was. She would go to a strip joint in a heartbeat.
Well, I heard Bobby was a 5-tool player.
Yeah, he had. Hey, let's see, 2/3 of the world no, 1/3 of the earth is covered by land. The other 2/3 are covered by Bonds, Matthews, and Maddox.
Oh, there you go. So, some outfield range reference there. All right, now basketball. Larry Bird.
Oh, God.
I say Larry Bird, but there's so many to choose from, so we might have a wide open vote here. What about you?
I think there's only 2 to choose from.
Russell.
I go for the guard from Worcester.
Or I guess 3 to choose from.
No. There's only it's the big tall fella with all the championship rings.
Yeah.
They got kicked out of Reading, Massachusetts.
Well, they built a statue for him already. I don't know if it's fair to leave Larry Bird off the Mount Rushmore thing.
No, Bird. If you put Mount Rushmore, if you put his Larry Bird's face on Mount Rushmore, none of the birds would all leave. They'd all fly away.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one because obviously one has far more accolades.
Yeah.
One way more than the other one did. But the popularity for Larry Bird is significantly
everybody
outweighs
loves him.
And the game itself has elevated itself to a different place. And Larry Bird has legendary status, and he talks about this all the time. He says, I didn't like when people would guard me with a white guy. He goes, I took that as an insult. So, I mean, I got Larry, Larry Bird's quotes are really funny. He said, one of his quotes is, I like being by myself.
Really?
I mean,
so does everybody else.
What kind of thing is that to say? And then the other one he said, I don't really like talking about money. All I can say is that the good Lord must have wanted me to have it.
I guess. Yep. The thing I liked about him the most was when he was hot, he would shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And not follow the shot. He just turned around and go back and play defense.
Yes. And on that 3-point contest that he won, where he threw the last ball up and he put his hand in the air it was still in the air, flying there. He knew he did it. This guy was
exactly. He knew. He
practiced.
He had some kind of. He has charisma and everything like that. But
now,
Russell could leap.
Well,
Russell
he
could play defense, and Russell was never beaten.
No. But, the league was smaller when he won all those championships. I'm not making it. I mean, Bird had to play against 39 teams or 32 teams, right? And back, how many were when Russell was playing? Was there like 15?
12.
Right.
Hey, what about little Bob Cousy?
I love Coos.
Cousy's up there. He was the first guard and everybody. I mean, the whole damn team. They were just so good back then. It's Fred Auerbach. He fire up that cigar, the game was over.
Or would you put his face on Mount Rushmore since he's the one that got
Yeah,
him?
you might as well.
We're talking to Spaceman Lee up in Craftsbury, Vermont. So I've got a special question for a left-hander, who won 119 Major League Baseball games and 12 of them against the Yankees. The Spaceman Mount Rushmore of left-handed pitchers.
Oh, Rube Waddell.
What?
He's got to be up there. Rube Waddell, Warren Spahn.
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah, I like Rube Waddell. The Lefty Grove, he was that good too.
How about Steve Carlton?
Oh yeah, Carlton's up there, but you gotta. He's Mr. Personality,
How about the Jewish?
You gotta put a sheet over.
How about the
his head.
Jewish kid?
Oh, Koufax, yeah. But you can't put him up on Saturday. You can't go worship him on Saturday.
How about Randy Johnson? I always thought he had an unfair advantage being 3 feet closer to home plate after he would stride toward, because this guy was 6'10".
Yeah, he was in the press guide of Montreal. He said at 6'10", he may be the tallest Expo left-hander of all time, but he certainly wasn't the highest. It's in the press guide. You can look it up.
Plus, he had really a very rough complexion. He looked like he played goalie for the dart team.
God, he was rough and tumble.
He was like lunar surface.
Well, I tell you, he's amazing. He had the control he had, and I mean, he was a freak. He's a freak. You don't want to hit against him or J.R. Richards.
And they called him the big unit. And I here's what's weird is I was at, you remember NECN, you came out a bunch of times on the Sports World show. I called him the big unit on the Sports World during the highlights, and my boss the next day cornered me and said,
"Oh my God!"
He said
it was obscene.
Yes. He said,
"Where
Mike,
was your boss's head?
He
Up his ass."
He said, "Mike, you did you say big unit last night? Did you call Randy?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You can't say that on television, Mike." And he starts to give me a lecture. And then I go, "Well, that's his nickname." He goes, come on, seriously. You can't. I said, I called an intern over and I said, come here, kid. Tell him what Randy Johnson's nickname is. The kid goes, "Big unit?" The guy, they couldn't believe it.
I know. Not the big eunuch, the big unit.
Right. All right. So here's a category you don't think about very often. And I want all you guys to pipe in the top 4 people that you'd put on a Mount Rushmore of TV characters.
Oh, really? TV?
Yep. Yeah, TV
All
characters.
right, the first one that comes to my mind, Homer Simpson.
He's on there. I got him in mind.
Oh, God, yeah. Homer Simpson's up there.
Fred McMurray.
Yeah.
Fred McMurray. My 3 sons.
No, Homer Simpson, definitely.
Yeah, Homer definitely.
How about Archie Bunker?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Archie Bunker.
He changed
You
the world.
gotta have a racist up there.
Yeah, he changed the world, though, didn't he? I mean, he
did. It was the guy who wrote, the guy that hung out and with Reiner and Mel Brooks, the guy who did that show. They all ate lunch together.
Sure.
They all were almost 100 years old, and only Blazing Saddles is left.
Oh, I know.
Isn't that something? And he was so good. And his wife was in The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman.
That's right.
And he goes, I think you're trying to seduce me, ma'am.
What tipped you off? I also have on my list, and you guys, I have Matt Dillon.
I thought about Matt Dillon when you said that, and he's just one of those guys that he's big.
Well, James Arness was 6'6", but the fact is that he's permanently Matt Dillon, and if every city in America, Spaceman, had Matt Dillon as the marshal, the crime would go way down.
Oh, I know. You had Chuck Connors, the rifleman. Think about that. He played for the Celtics.
Yes, and the Dodgers. Played for the Dodgers, too.
No, Hollywood Stars, I think it was. I don't think he played AAA. Maybe he played big leagues, too. I forgot.
Just a little bit. He didn't get much action. I think it might have been.
Yeah, Gene Conley. He played with the two-step border, too.
Gene Conley played for the Celtics and the Braves and the Red Sox. And here's a category that we never touch on, but we'd like to. Okay?
I like categories.
Hot-bodied famous women actresses. Okay. Who the hottest bodies would go into Mount Rushmore, and you'd have to put them from the waist up with some of these.
Pamela Anderson. She's got to be.
James, Madison, whatever, the one who lost her head in the car wreck.
Jane Mansfield?
Jane Mansfield.
Yeah, that's right. Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe's on my list, yeah. How about Raquel Welch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's on my list.
I mean, just put on Baywatch from 1991 to 1998.
They were all there.
Kim Basinger. How about Kim
man.
Basinger?
Nah.
What do you think? No?
No.
How about Jamie Lee Curtis in her prime when she was doing that movie Perfect with John Travolta? Her body was pretty good.
No.
Oh, my God.
No?
I mean, she's topless in Trading Places.
That Arnold Schwarzenegger, that...
True Lies.
True Lies was good.
Yeah. Now, what about Rosie O'Donnell? Should she be up there? Pity the fool that ever has to have sex with Rosie O'Donnell. Because you have to, first of all, you got to bring a bookmark and a bag, a paper bag. I saw on Twitter where she says she thinks she has herpes.
Yep.
Okay, well, why do we give a rat's ass about...
Why do you follow her?
I don't follow her. It came up on my timeline.
Yeah, she comes up on those TikTok videos, and it's always a close-up, and you look at her skin, she looks horrible.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm so good I don't have media. I don't have social media, and I have all that stuff.
Right.
You have way too much information.
I think so. And you read books, and I don't. So
I do.
That's the difference.
I read Stud Circle, Hard Times. I read James Michener, Hawaii, and The Source. I read Ford Tortuga, Peter Matheson, The Spirit of Crazy Horse, Peter Matheson. Stormy Weather by Carl Hyacin. Stephen King, Under the Dome. I'm a character in his book. It's about a 1,500-page book. It sucks, but I'm in it.
Well, then it's worth reading, right?
Well, one page. I'm actually in it twice. I'm a murder weapon in the book.
Really? But not.
Yeah, now you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not going to read it. That's for sure. I'm working on my first book. I don't even know that. But this reading thing is so hard. It's very difficult. Spaceman, in advance, happy birthday, buddy. The 28th of December, age 78, and you're still ripping and roaring, man.
We're going to be the same age.
That's right,
yes,
Smitty.
we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. But you have not read David Halberstam, and I've read every book he's written.
Keep at it, man. Stay healthy, all right, pal?
Hey, there's nothing to do up here when the road's as slick as cat shit on linoleum.
There it is. That's a good one. Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
The spaceman, he never loses the joie de vivre. Is that how you say that in French?
That's it, yes.
Did I say that right?
You did.
Now we got just a couple of brief news stories, which you might find troubling.
Did you say
Do
news?
another quick Mount Rushmore before?
Yeah, go.
Mount Rushmore for Christmas Day babies.
Oh, okay. Ricky Henderson.
That was the first one I thought of, too.
Very good.
I thought of him before I thought of Jesus.
But
Is that fucked up of me?
that's your problem.
You'll answer for that.
You're going to
one,
have to
Ben.
answer for that at the Golden Gate.
I brought up a list here, so let me throw a couple of names
Yeah,
at you.
yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Of all the birthdays on all the calendars, you had a. Go ahead.
Clara Barton, founder of the Red Cross. Annie Lennox.
Okay.
We like Andy.
Isaac Newton.
I think Bob Lobel. Oh, he's 20. I think Bob Lobel might have either 24th or 25th. These people that have late December birthdays, they get screwed.
I feel so bad for them.
They don't get compared to if you got one in July. Oh yeah, you get all kinds of presents. Christmas, you already got that.
I like where our birthdays are at a good time because there's not so much space between Christmas and our birthday.
Right.
So, but there's just enough where it's like, hey, we can still celebrate. We can still buy you presents because it's not so close to
That's right.
Christmas.
And not that we're greedy about having material things.
Well,
no, we are.
And now the news. I'm Dale Denver. The first humans who spread across North America during the last ice age put mammoths at the top of their menu.
Yeah.
They ate mammoths.
Yeah.
oh.
According to scientists who secured the first direct evidence of the diet of these ancient people. And how they did that? They did that with, testing and DNA.
Knives and forks.
They found that they deciphered the diet of a woman who lived roughly 12,800 years ago based on chemical clues in the bones of her son, whose remains were found in southern Montana. Her son. 12,792 years ago. Jesus. Because the 18-month-old was still nursing at the time of his death, the bones bore the chemical fingerprints of his mother's diet passed along through her milk. That's some old milk.
Ooh.
They discovered that her diet was mostly meat from megafauna, the largest...
Megafauna.
Megafauna?
Fauna, yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I'm so glad we have someone here who's up on mammoth jargon.
I'm just a history nerd.
Be like giant deer would be mega.
They were the largest animals
cats.
in the ecosystem. When someone hits a mammoth home run, from now on, I'm going to say, that's a megafauna home run there. That fucking thing went away. Oh, Jesus, that's way back. Megafauna was made up 96% of her diet. So that's something she ate. It's like McDonald's is today.
Carnivores.
Megafauna was like today's McDonald's. Everybody ate it 96% of
It
it.
was just basically, honestly, most of the mammals that were in the, North and South America at the time were significantly larger. Obviously, mammoths there, these giant
Elk.
sloths.
They
that
had
were huge,
camels.
Saber-toothed cats. They did have camels.
Horses, yeah. Anyway, very little on the vegetable side of things for the megafauna eating bitch.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Hey, she did a good job. Her story's still being told. And now this news story, but I got to put on my glasses. I got to put on my glasses because I printed it in a small font.
And now the blind.
Do I look more intelligent now?
Mike Adams. Take it away, Mike.
A since-fired Indiana school choir and theater teacher has been arrested for allegedly filming himself masturbating in his classroom and sending the videos to teenage girls, according to police.
What the fuck is wrong with this world?
I don't know.
Kayvon H. Mtiaz, 28, solicited multiple 13-year-old girls through social media, telling them he was, quote, a naughty teacher who fantasizes about his students all the time.
Hey, did you get
End
my
quote.
text?
He then saved some of the footage he got from underage girls to use while having his disgusting fantasies. Police in Avon, a suburb just west of Indianapolis, began investigating in September. They got a cyber tip from a Snapchat from a person of trust. Was makes me sick.
You all right, Mike?
A person of trust was downloading child pornography. Kayvon Mtiaz was arrested last week. Around the same time, investigators heard rumors that a teacher had been masturbating inside the schools. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, stop bringing these stories to the table.
Makes me want to puke, this asshole. They found the stuff on his phone. I mean, he's an idiot, too. He's not only
Are we not going to talk about the United Health CEO thing and they found the guy?
It's all no.
We're not going to talk about
Because you
that?
know why? Because every network talks about it, and they talk about it too much. It's like when Mutt wanted me to talk about Tom Brady's personal trainer there, and they talked about it for 8 hours on the radio station.
Alex Guerrero.
And he got pissed off because I didn't talk about it one night, and that's what turned him into the biggest asshole I ever worked with. Remember that?
I didn't mean to bring up the United Health.
You know what I liked
story.
about your show, Mike, when you were on the air? They would go through every single sports, every single nuanced sports thing all day long. They'd talk it to death. They'd rinse it to death. Yeah. And then you would come on, 7 o'clock? Is that when you come on?
6, 7,
6
yeah,
a.m.
somewhere in there.
And suddenly there it was, the perfect end to the sports day. You would take calls and wisecracks, smart asses, great callers, and it was great. Nice way to end
That's
the sports day.
my show. That's because I was the GOAT.
You know what I liked about your
exactly
show?
Right.
When I got home and turned my car off.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. You're witty.
Best part was when I lived across the street from the station.
It's even better. Yeah. You're funny. There are main stressors on the heart when shoveling snow. Would you like to know what they are?
This sounds like news.
Shoveling? Is that the answer?
According to Dr. Barry Franklin, who's, when it comes to heart issues, he's the GOAT. Static exertion.
Was that the screaming goat button?
Yeah, that's when they get pissed.
Yeah, we know what happens there.
Well, I have them all here. There's the scream. Okay, no. This is made in China, so it's got to be good. There's the bleat. You know how goats bleat?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, there's the kids, like little baby goats. Aren't they cute? And then there's goats. When they grow up, they're not quite as fun. I got to say that
A horse.
every
course.
every
I have one?
podcast I do, I have to blow my nose. Do you have a cold?
I'm just congested.
Son of a bitch, coming in here and spreading it around. I have allergies. Ready? I hate to blow my own horn, but that sounded pretty good.
That was gross.
No other podcast in the universe.
It's the weather. Now,
Yep, go ahead.
according to Dr. Barry Franklin, static exertion that it involves the contraction of muscles without movement in the surrounding joints. That's bad for your heart. Arm work, which is more taxing on the heart than leg work. When you're shoveling snow, you especially at a certain age, you're susceptible
Yeah.
to cardiac situations. Strained body while lifting heavy loads. Sometimes the snow's heavy, which most people unknowingly hold their breath when they do that. They go.
That's not good.
You're supposed to keep that. Holding your breath increases heart rate and blood pressure. Legs not in motion or not in frequent motion can lead to pooling of blood in the lower part of the body, which means it's not getting back to the heart for oxygenation.
Not good.
And finally, cold air causes constriction of blood vessels, which disproportionately raises your blood pressure and constricts your coronary arteries.
It's sort of like constriction.
This is an explanation
You didn't even mention the age that they put in that article.
Why?
Which was disturbingly low, because I think the title of the article is like, how old is
like
too old to be
50 or
shoveling?
somewhere.
And you think it was going to be
You
like...
read that article?
72, yeah. You thought it was going to be like 72 or something like that and be like, all right. Fucking 45.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Just kids.
The shit I've done after the age of
So
45.
I'm not coming over to shovel. You're lucky you still have young kids.
Do you have a snowblower?
I have a snowblower, and she comes by once a week.
Oh, man.
And no, she services Frosty.
Whoop, I'm sorry.
She likes his bent carrot.
You're so old it comes out like snow.
Now you give me the sniffles. I'm sad. I'm sad.
We should end this show.
What? We should end this show?
The episode.
Oh, not the whole, not the series of it.
No. We should continue that for another.
I thought all of a sudden I'm
3-4
blowing my nose.
weeks.
I'm sneezing like a friggin'.
Jeez, Mike, I don't know. You know?
Why don't we just move on to the song for fuck's sake? You wanna? Yeah. You wanna do a wintry song? Joe and Jerry, what would you like to do for the song this week? How about Sleigh Ride? Start the music. Sammy Spear and his orchestra. Doc Severinsen. Here we go. This is really long intro. This. You guys ready? Ready.
Yeah.
Ready, Joe. Ready, Joe. Just hear the sleigh bells jingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together. Fuck you. Outside the snow is falling and our friends are calling you who? Kinda gay. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you, Joe. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ding-dong. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, ding-dong-dong. Ring-a-ling-a-ding, ding-ding-dong. Our cheeks are nice and rosy, comfy cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather, fuck me. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together, fuck you. Ding-a-ding-a-ding, ring-a-ling-a-ding-dong. Ding my ring-a-ling-a-ding, my dong. Ring-a-ding-a-ling-a-ding-dong, ding, Joe. Here comes an interlude. I can feel it. So, Joe, how you been? Not too bad, True. How about you? How's the family? I don't know. They don't let me come visit them anymore. Oh, that's kind of sad. I see you've gained some weight. Yeah, it's all that pudding and pie, Joe. Ugh, my thighs. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, ding-dong, ding. Ring-a-ling-a-long, ding-ding-dong. Ring-a-ling-a-ling, ding-ding-ding. Ding my ding-a-ling. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy and cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather. Fuck me. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together. Fuck you. I think you rang my ding-a-ling there, Joe. I gotta get out of here. Mine's a little sore, too.